to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Razabanet IFL TV proudly sponsored by Evla. George, it's loud in here. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah, just about. It is loud in here. Chris Billam-Smith raised the roof about 7 minutes ago. So a great atmosphere, great fight, terrific finish. Happy for my friend, former stablemate Chris Billam-Smith. Continues his brilliant year and winning run.
Let's go to that second round. It looked like he got hurt. The legs wobbled. He faced adversity. Talk to me what was going through your head in that round.
Yeah, he sort of, I mean, we'll see what Chris says. He'll probably deny it, like all fighters do. That's what we do, saying then barely tingled. But he did. He threw out a sort of a slow jab, got caught with a right hand over the top, gave away a free shot, in my opinion. Obviously, it happens. And yeah, he looked like it caught him, looked like it had a bit of an effect. He had to weather a bit of a storm. It brought the other guy on, it spurred him on, and he came flying in and went into a bit of a dogfight for some time. But you know with Chris that he's been there before. Frustratingly, sometimes he put himself in difficult situations, had to fight his way out of it, and he did that tonight. Took him a couple of rounds to maybe get going after a really good first round. But yeah, when he puts his shots together now, he's a really good, clean, clinical, crisp finisher. He's always had the capability of doing that, but it feels like the last year or so, he's honed in his technique. He's now punching with a lot more whip and spite and not just the weight of the shot. And then when he puts them together, he's a big lumber cruiserweight. Like the guys are going to get wiped out.
I saw his training team, Shane, punching the ring in frustration, shouting instructions, but it doesn't look like when you're in that situation, when you're hurt, you're not really understanding the instructions that are coming through, and Shane was really frustrated. What did he do wrong to get caught?
Say that again, what was the last bit?
What did he do wrong, the fact that he got caught?
He got caught over the top of the jab. That was the first shot, so his jab wasn't sharp enough, you know. Chris different from me. I thought with a low left hand, you fight with a lower left hand, you can have a faster jab. It's got further to travel, but it's got more time to gain momentum and land with more force. Fight with higher hands, you have to be sharp, like, so you can't really pour out the jab, and I think he poured it out at one point, wasn't switched on, the guy threw with him and threw over the top, and he got caught. But it's a fight, you're going to get caught, not everything is always perfect. But he showed a lot about himself, Chris. I think now a much more well-rounded fighter where he can weather these storms and actually, rather than just bite down the gum shield and tough it out, he starts doing the right things. So he was catching and firing narrow, which I thought was really good. So he's not, he's covering up and landing shots back. He put a bit more variety on that right hand, so obviously in the end it came up through the middle, but he started to come around the side, as well as he throwing bent arm shots to the body. And then was getting behind his jab with a bit more guesswork. So, he's coming out a bit sharper, he's dropping back after, he's trying to walk the dude onto something. So, no, yeah, I mean, we make mistakes, but he boxed really well.
Great fighters in adversity always find a way. Wow, I'm not sure if that's going to be knockout of the year, but that was devastating.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to see it back yet, but yeah, you jump out your seat as a Chris Billam-Smith fan, and then you have to recompose yourself because you're like, oh, so this is a heavy knockdown. So I'm looking forward to seeing it back. Gratefully the opponent's up and he's on his feet and he's had his gas in air and he's doing well. But no, great finish, great finish. Put the shots together, lovely. I mean, he'll be happy with that. He probably would have rolled the dice or taken a couple of shots to get that finish, because that is a lovely finish.
Is he ready? Is he ready for that world title shot next?
I think so. I mean, at the end of the day, there's always going to be a bunch of people out there that say, oh, you need more time, you're not ready, you need another fight, you need this, you need that. But at his age, Chris, for the amount of time he's been boxing, for the amount of time he's been a professional, for the acid tests he's had to get through, for his world rankings, sure, if a title comes up for him, I'll be campaigning for him. He's improving. Sometimes you feel like maybe even the best is yet to come for Chris. So love to see him get that world title shot, and I believe he can do it.
We'll look forward to it, Joel. Before I let you go, your good old friend Carl Froch, Hall of Famer, I saw him put the Instagram post out. You commented and thanked and congratulated him, and his response was, he can stop talking about Wembley now.
Yeah, I hope you don't, because I'll be out of work. Do you know what I mean? We're going on a tour talking about bloody Wembley. I can't just sit there and talk about his Hall of Fame. But Carl happily admit that I had him on my podcast, you know, and then a week later he's inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Coincidence? Do you know what I mean? Coincidence? But Carl, great ambassador for the sport. He's good fun. Like he has some, he drops some real fucking some tin sometimes with his one-liners, and then they go viral. But he does it with tongue in cheek, and he was a good fighter, a very good fighter. I think he was 12 in the end, world title fights back to back. See out at the end of his career, he boxed some big names at the time. He had some really good wins, so I'm happy for him to get in there. Thoroughly deserved.
Finally, everyone's talking about this Riakporhe rematch. We know it was close, and we know when it was close up, you want to see rematches. We didn't see you and your good old friend James DeGale. I was there for that first fight, and when it didn't happen, I was gutted, but happy that you both went on to become world champions. But is that something that should happen quite soon if they both get world titles?
Well, yeah, if they both get world titles, definitely. I don't think they should let that fight get in the way of either one of them fighting for a world title, because it's always got that much more spice and interest if there is a big belt on the line. And it would almost be poetic if Chris Billam-Smith gets there first, even though Riakporhe got the win over him. It was a tight decision. I think they're both better fighters now than they were when they fought. So it'll be a totally different fight next time.
Just like yourself and DeGale as well.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we were pups, you know, a dozen fights with each, and British title level. Whereas, if we had ever fought again, we would have both been in very long in the tooth. But these guys are still operating at the highest level, so that would have been be a great fight.
George, appreciate your time. You're going to be hounded by media now, so yeah, appreciate it. Enjoy the festivities, New Year, and I'm sure we'll catch you in 2023.
Yes, lovely. Thank you.
George Groves, IFL TV. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something. Completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.